My expectation is and will be that all parties will support our legislation when we bring it into the House in February when the House comes back, because this is a systematic approach. It introduces an element of fairness and objectivity into the way minimum wage is set, and so I'm looking forward to all party support when we get back to the legislature.
We are talking the minimum wage here. I want to introduce Sheila Block of the Wellesley Institute and Ted Mallett of the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses. Let's start with you, Sheila. You're in favor of the minimum wage heading up, right?
Absolutely. I really think that it's enormously important for working people, and it's really important to know that if somebody's working full-time, full year, they shouldn't be below the poverty line. They shouldn't be looking to food banks to feed themselves and their families at the end of the month.
And the poverty line is a great point, because we are still below that. Ted, what do you think about the raise?
Well, the poverty line is an arbitrary measure. It was made up to try to come up with some measure of relative income, but there's no science behind it. It was picked out of the air by people that want to sort of estimate how incomes are going. But there are trade-offs to minimum wage, because
Sure.
what happens is that it really cuts off the entry-level young people just entering the workforce. Students, new Canadians will have much more greater difficulty getting into the workforce as a result, and that's what we've seen from the history of minimum wage over time.
So we've heard this argument, if it goes up, there could actually be less jobs because jobs would get cut. You buy that?
So what was really great about the expert panel that reported into the Premier Wynne was that they looked at all that evidence. They looked at all the economic evidence, and what they really came through with was the fact that it's inconclusive. You can't say one way or the other what the impact is. It's inconclusive. But we do know two things. The first thing that we know is that this kind of increase is absolutely what the Chamber of Commerce asked for, the business lobby. And the second thing that we know is that almost half of minimum wage workers in Ontario work for large firms. They work for McDonald's, they work for Walmart, and we know from them that they can take a little bit less in profits and put a little bit more in the pockets of their workers.
And Ted, it is going to go up. I mean, it was $2.15 with my first job, so it does have to go up. So you have to expect it to happen sooner than that,
It was
right?
$165 when I started. So I got a great number of experience, and I've worked up from that. But the evidence is conclusive. The study actually showed some of the U.S. information is inconclusive. In Canada, it's very clear that it costs jobs for young people.
And young people are the focus here, because what, 17% of the youth unemployment, that's our rate in Ontario right now?
And 50% employment rate in Canada in Ontario for young people right now. It used to be closer to 70% 25 years ago, so substantially lower.
Let me just wrap it up like this. Is there any help here with it being a gradual increase instead of going to that $14 mark that we've heard so much about? Does it help at all, both sides?
I think it's important to phase things in. I'm really hoping that the Premier will step up and move it up to $14 an hour. I think it's really important to remember that we're not only talking about kids when we're talking about the minimum wage. Almost 40% of minimum wage workers are over the age of 25, trying to support themselves and their families on really what's an inadequate income.